The latest Tesla vehicle safety report is out. Canadian owners that didn't opt for premium connectivity might want to check their options page, and it's time once again to help out sick kids with extra life. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 631 for October 28th, 2020. This show is brought to you by my supporter, Brad. Brad wants to encourage all of you to consider joining him as a supporter of Tesla Tidbits on Patreon.com for as little as $1 a month. Let's join together to keep the Tesla Tidbits coming. We start the Hump Day show with word that Tesla has released their latest safety report. If you're new to the show or to Tesla, each quarter the company releases a report on how its vehicles fare as far as miles driven per accident. For this quarter, the company released the following information. Quote, in the third quarter, we registered one accident for every 4.59 million miles driven in which drivers had autopilot engaged. For those driving without autopilot, but with our active safety features, we registered one accident for every 2.42 million miles driven. For those driving without autopilot and without our active safety features, we registered one accident for every 1.79 million miles driven. By comparison, NHTSA's most recent data shows that in the United States, there is an automobile crash every 479,000 miles. End quote. For comparison, because what is data if we don't see things getting better, this quarter is essentially flat compared to last quarter, where Autopilot logged one accident per 4.53 million miles, and Autopilot safety features alone logged one accident per 2.27 million miles. Year over year wasn't much different either. A year ago, Autopilot logged one accident per 4.34 million miles, which means this year does show a small improvement over last year, but on the flip side, safety features alone had one accident per 2.7 million miles driven, which is a setback, and kind of leaves the comparison a wash. With the FSD beta now in full swing, it's a matter of time before the cars can drive themselves full-time, and I'll be super interested to know what the results are once we get FSD in wider release. Item 2 today is a situation where, according to Drive Tesla Canada, seemingly random Canadian owners have had their connectivity permanently upgraded to premium connectivity. The site noticed their own Model 3 mysteriously had the renewal date for the feature disappear, and their account was no longer able to manage the subscription, causing some confusion. Some believe this was simply a bug, but days later, more owners contacted the site saying they too received the upgrade. They speculate this may be due to a lawsuit that Tesla faced in Canada over the connectivity, which seems plausible. Tesla did make a short statement confirming the giveaway, saying that the connectivity was given as a quote-unquote gesture of goodwill for a limited population of owners. The site notes that nearly all of the upgrades were to Model 3s delivered between March 2019 and March 2020, so if you're Canadian and got your car during that time frame, go check out your options page in the car. You might just find that you got a free upgrade without knowing it. Lastly today is not a Tesla story, but my annual effort to raise money for sick kids with my 8th effort raising money with Extra Life. It's technically my 7th year, since my daughter crashed the party and was due to arrive around game weekend last year. But with nearly a year under her belt on the planet, I've got the go-ahead to get gaming on November 7th. If you're unfamiliar with the charity, Extra Life partners with Children's Miracle Network hospitals to get games to help kids keep their mind off their situation, as well as purchase medical equipment needed by the facilities to help treat kids and get them home where they belong with their families. This money is raised by folks like me that will play games for 24 hours straight to earn that cash. I've set a personal goal of $1,000 raised for this year, and a team goal for Team Tesla Tidbits of $1,500. Team, you may ask? Well, I've got some other folks that will be joining me in the effort under the Tesla Tidbits banner to help out sick kids as well. Everyone gets to play for their hospital of choice, and the one nearest and dearest to my heart will be University Hospital's Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. You only get this out of me once a year, but you'll get to hear about it through the end of November at the end of each show. So grab your credit card and head on over to bit.ly/tt-el2020, that's bit.ly/tt-el2020, to make your donation so my bugging you is worth it. Now that TT and EL in that URL are all capital letters, so make sure you put that in there or it will not work. I and the kids thank you so much for your donation. By the way, simply from posting to Twitter for the first time yesterday, I'm already over 15% of the way to my personal goal. Let's see how much you listeners can propel it now. That'll do it for today's show. Thanks to all my patrons supporting the show at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits, including my newest patron, Brad Shelton. Thanks for your support, Brad. And as always, a special shout out to all the super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They are Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Todd Sullivan, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morven Ogg, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T Sportline, Vicky Kirk, Ricky Johnston, Nathan Garza, Ed Patterman, and Sunil Joseph. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. Until next time, keep it charged and hit the road.